Part of your job is being a manager and running Wild. And so, along lines with that, is hiring people and firing. Have you ever wanted to fire a Wild DJ, but the company wouldn't allow you to? What was the issue?
I don't like the way. I don't like your sound effect. Have I ever wanted to fire a DJ and Wild management told me no?
Yeah.
Never.
Okay.
Now, actually, and to actually be totally honest, there were a couple that the management wanted me to fire.
Oh my goodness.
And I did not.
Wow.
I fought against it. One had multiple issues, and they were like, he got to go. And I was like, bro. I was like, he killing it, though. And so I fought to keep him, and
so you were able to save jobs.
Well, but it ended up you know how they say somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it kept happening, and so they were like, listen, this got to go. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's one person who got fired from our staff to this day who talks about me so trash on social media.
Oh God.
And I'm like, I was the person in the room. I've never said it because I'm like, I'm not going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like sitting there every time I read something that they say about me. I'm like, I was the person in the room.
Yeah.
Who was like, no, but this person got a lot to bring to the table. And
You were fighting for them behind the scenes, but because they weren't witness to it.
it was a wrap.
God.
Yeah. So yeah. But I've never had to
Yeah.
to go that route that you're asking.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, Orlando.
What you got?
All right, sticking with the radio stuff. You've been in here for 26 years.
I have.
And,
27 in July.
That's
4 more
awesome.
months.
27. All with Wild? Or this?
All with Wild.
Okay, so
Yeah.
27 years is a long time.
It is.
In those 27 years, you probably made a mistake or two here. So I want to know, what was the biggest mistake you ever made on the air, like while you were on the air? And like, what happened? What'd you do to resolve it? Like, was it a cuss? Was it like you saying something you weren't supposed to say?
Hiring the wrong person.
Now, the biggest mistake that I made, I mentioned it before on the air. When I first got here, when we first started, and I was on in the afternoons. I did the afternoon show when I first got here. And I didn't. This studio is like 10 times bigger than what we had in Tallahassee. So the buttons were all like, it was just it was a lot.
Okay.
And everybody, it was funny because we had like management and everybody was out in the hallway, like just everybody's listening because they're like, we want to hear what the new dude sounds like. And so I'm in there and I'm talking my talk, and you know how it is when you get on the radio and listeners start calling up and start trying to holler immediately.
Yeah.
And this was like first day, maybe an hour in, and this girl called and was basically offering me some champagne.
Oh.
She said, we need to celebrate that you're here in town, and I love your voice, and I would like to offer you some champagne. She's like, you can drink it out of the glass, the bottle, or you could drink it. Oh. And she was talking about other places.
Okay.
And now I'm in here on the phone thinking this Tampa is great. This is awesome. I just got here and I'm getting an indecent proposal already. And I'm here talking, and I mean, like, I'm not getting off the phone. I'm like, keep talking that talk. Where you live? She telling me where she live. It was all everything.
On air?
Well, I mean, but I'm in here talking to her on the line.
Right.
Like, but
right.
I'm like talking, and then Flying Brian, who is in Fort Myers right now. Flying Brian used to do the morning show. Flying Brian walked in and stood right there. He says, hey, bro. And I had put her on hold because I'm like, here comes somebody in the room. You don't want to be on the phone.
No.
Yeah.
He said, hey, bro, you got to push the button off because you're on the air.
Oh, my God.
Everything
Oh, God.
that we were saying
Oh.
was on the air.
Oh, Lord.
And everybody out there was listening.
Oh, God.
I was like, huh? He said, yeah, we heard all about the bottle of champagne.
Oh, my gosh.
He's like, I drink it, but you might want to turn off the phone lines for something else happening. And I was like, oh.
All right, so luckily you didn't get any violations.
And there was no violations. There was no cussing. It was just a lot of offering. And after he left, I hung up the phone and I crawled up under the board.
Yeah,
and I
you
was
wanna
just
die.
like, oh my God, they gonna fire me. They gonna fire. I was like, are they gonna fire me? He's like, no, bro. He's like, it happens all the time. Don't worry about it. Blah blah.
I don't know about all the time.
Yeah,
It happens.
that's what happened.
Hold on. This is just a side question. This doesn't count as a question.
Did I link up with her?
Did you ever link
No.
up?
He's smiling, looking at his face.
You did.
I did not.
You did.
I did not.
Don't
I
lie.
totally did not.
You're
I
under
quickly
oath.
learned. I quickly learned after that the people who offer those things off rip are usually not the ones you want to just. It's great conversation,
Right.
But when you bump into them,
They
you're
look
like,
a little
"Ooh,
different.
Oh, okay. Well, no wonder you was offering.
That
all
always happens to DJs.
Yeah.
At least once or
DJs
twice.
get propositioned by somebody with a sweet voice,
Yes.
and then they show up, and it's like,
That's yes.
nah, so we good.
Okay. Speaking of being hit on, have you ever been hit on by a guy before? Like straight up, maybe a gay guy just hitting on you. Flattering or frightening? When did this happen, if it did?
Well, this means you probably did. So
I mean, I've been, I don't know if it's hit on.
You know when you're being hit
I
on.
mean, I have.
Yeah.
I have. I remember Club Sky. I got hit on by boys a lot
Okay.
because E-boy was
E-boy.
very.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You mess around, wear a nice shirt, you might hear something. So I went. Okay, my barber also is very in the family.
Okay.
Like a lot of folks come down there to get haircuts, so I'll be in there, and then she tells me a lot that like the
Entertaining stuff.
them boys.
Yeah.
You mess around and lose a couple pounds or something. They're like, girl, like Orlando out here looking like a snack. And I was like, who said that? She's like, oh, all the boys are talking about it.
The
So
boys.
yeah. So I mean, and it's flattering.
Okay.
Like I mean, I ain't gonna be one of those people who be like, ew, blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, man, appreciate it, dog. I don't go down that way, but
That alley.
appreciate
Yes.
the attaboy.
The
You know what I mean?
attaboy.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You're trying to keep it so straight.
Hold on.
Like,
It's hilarious.
appreciate
Attaboy.
that, my dog. You got to say something like that.
everybody on the text line is bringing up a time you were at the airport and a guy bought you a drink.
What?
I've
You're
been
propositioned?
I've been propositioned before. Ain't nothing wrong with taking a drink.
I agree.
Ain't
with
nothing
that.
wrong with taking a free drink,
Yeah.
bruh.
Yeah.
Like I mean, and honestly, I mean those kind of things happen where it doesn't make me freak out. Like because I know I'm pretty confident in who I am, so I mean like it's not gonna sway me. But I'm like
I
like
thought
I
you were
have
gonna say I'm pretty.
I am a pretty man. I mean there's no problem with that.
So to answer the question, it's flattering.
It is flattering.
Good.
If a dude sees something in me,
He wants to see something.
Meredith, I'm done with you. Man. Stop.
Orlando, since we're talking about relationships, what makes you feel loved?
Because I know it ain't hugs.
Not hugs from you. but it's
I
from me.
mean, I think it's who's giving the hugs. What makes me feel loved?
Your face goes ew. Your face is like, ugh.
I mean, loved. I mean, being thought of, being cared for, being allowed to care for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like those things are like the things that, like my love language is giving. So if I can be in a position where we sharing and you're giving and I'm giving, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that, I think that's a love thing. I think a lot of people misconstrue sex for love. Like, because
All the time.
there's a lot of people out here who can have a lot of sex but may not have a lot of love. So I think the love part is actually that emotional ties that bind, like that part.
Okay.
So I think that's where I feel love. Yes.
All right.
Rich is laughing, so
This one's coming out of Alabama.
okay.
Orlando.
No, I ain't never done nothing with my. Never mind. No.
Who was the last girl you thought about claiming publicly, and what happened?
Oh, okay. I did not ask that question.
Go- You want me to press the button?
The last, wow, that I thought about claiming publicly. What, like, so that's just what, like, I don't claim people? What, I mean, what is that trying to imply?
In my 2 years working here, I've never heard you claim one person.
But maybe it's because it didn't work out,
Yeah. So
Knowing you
who was
like to
that?
wait a little
Who was
bit.
the last person you thought about claiming publicly?
The last person that I thought about claiming
And what happened?
Rich.
I plead the fifth.
Oh!
I plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Lob City, Meredith.
Yeah.
Lob City, Meredith.
Oh, I don't
Come
know.
on, Meredith.
No.
Lob City. This is, I put it up for you. You grab it. You bomb. Right there. Get him.
Why are you screaming, get him?
Get him.
I don't know, man.
Get him.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Yeah. I mean, because the word last, it's like the last one, that makes it a hard question.
Right, that's true.
If it was like, isn't anybody, then I mean, yeah, that, you know. All
So
right,
I can ask you if there was anybody.
No, you can't.
Do it. Do it.
He's turning heel like John Cena this weekend.
Do it.
I don't know if I'm going to.
No, I mean, ask me whatever, man. Just, you know, we got one more. What we got?
Okay, I'm going to be easy with it. You can get mad at me if you want, Rich. If you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Rich, Rich just walked out the studio.
Okay, all right.
Rich just walked out the studio.
I take it back.
Meredith,
I take it back.
congratulations. You played yourself. Okay, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I'm not gonna even use that one.
Okay,
because I know you're looking out. That's why you my dog.
Thank you.
That's why you my dog.
I'm trying not to get
you
you
see me
so
over here
caught
up
up.
against the ropes, and you
That's
like,
why-
I ain't gonna do it.
This is why Meredith gets paid more than I do.
I get it. Meredith is looking out, and
Okay.
you know, whatever.
Let me. I'll redo it.
Okay.
I'll redo
All
it.
right. Okay.
I'm gonna ask you one. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
we all know you're a big hygiene person. It's big for you. It's big for the person that you're with. Have you ever been with a woman who had really bad hygiene? And what was the experience in general? I'm not going to ask names because that's just mean. I don't want to call out a woman by name.
Wow.
Look at Rich's. Hey, you're still mad at me?
I'm mad at you. I'm upset.
You're upset. Why are you
I'm
upset?
upset.
Was there?
She could have went so much harder. I just put it there. Like all you had to do was dunk it.
To answer your question,
Got a whiff of something?
I mean, there's probably like maybe twice.
Oh.
Well,
wow.
there was the one girl I told y'all about who, when she got, I didn't smell the cigarette smell until she got up under the sheets, and then I
Oh.
smelled it coming out of her pores, and that was something that I've talked about before. That's the day that I was like, yo, I can't bring a smoker
Yeah.
to the house because it was funky. Like, I mean, honestly, we didn't even complete anything. I was
Yeah.
like, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. Something ain't right. But there was an incident that happened where a person was flawless, and a movement of the leg from this way to this way.
Oh, Chris. Oh, gosh.
Started smelling like a fish market.
Oh, my God.
I wouldn't even disrespect a fish market like that.
Oh, my God.
But it was just a gush of, I was like, oh. And then I immediately got a stomach cramp and was like, oh man, I got this
go.
cramp. And I went I was like, oh man, I got sick. I just threw up, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, we got to do this at another time. And then I was like, matter of fact, I'm thinking I'm nauseous. So you stay here. I'm going to sleep on the couch.
Oh, you let her stay.
Oh, yeah.
This is at your spot?
Yeah, it's at my house.
It's hard to get.
But yeah,
And she was fine, too.
it was fire.
Oh, damn.
But
That
boy,
sucks. Yeah.
speaking of fire,
It was on fire.
it was burning. I was like, that was not it. Sometimes you got to tap out though. You can't just press forward and
Yeah.
don't be.
Sometimes the pH balance
Don't
gets
treat your best friends like that.
off a little
Don't
bit.
put them into bad situations.
Yeah.
Let's see. I will ask you the same question that you asked me about hitting on. Meredith, have you ever been hit on by a girl? Was it flattering or frightening? Rich, have you been ever hit on by a guy? And were you flattered or were you
A
frightened?
man's.
Tell me about it.
Yes, I have definitely been hit on by women, and I always find it a huge compliment, especially if they're hot. And that's a big, yeah, that's awesome. And
Do you have a standard reply?
I don't swing that way. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I mean, I'll take a drink. We can talk for a little bit, but I'm not going to pretend like anything's going to happen, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, every weekend.
Every weekend?
Yeah,
Every weekend?
I work in Ybor. So it's like, I'm there all the time. I'm exposed to it a lot, but it's flattering. I don't have anything against it.
Every weekend?
Yeah, nah, but it's good.
Are these cat calls or are these like?
Oh, both.
Oh,
Like,
they know you.
Oh,
Are they just
no,
like,
no,
hey,
it's-
Mr. Man?
Yeah, it's
Mans.
usually cat calls. A lot of like guys trying to hit on me walking down the road, but it's like it's flattering. It's good to know that there's people that think that you're attractive, no matter what sex it is. It doesn't matter. But I'm sure my sexuality, and I'm okay with that. Like I just tell them straight up, like, hey, sorry, into girls, not on the same team. But
I'll
But if I was,
I'll be like, yeah, but you cute if I was. I'll do it. Nah. But like, nah, but like I'll joke around with them and stuff like that. But I let them know that it's like, nah, it's not like that.
Thank you guys for watching the video. For all things wild, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.